its workforce.
One of the brightest spots in all of agriculture has been the cattle market. Michelle Rook joins us once again from San Antonio with what to expect going forward.
Joining us for markets from CattleCon 2025 is Kevin Good with CattleFax. And of course, we've had record prices already to start 2025, but everybody is interested in CattleFax's outlook for the upcoming year. So let's start off with calves in the feeder cattle market.
Absolutely. 24 was a record-setting year for us, but as we start 25, prices all the way across the board are already starting at record high levels, even compared to last year. So we're building on that. We think as we go through this year, we're going to have better values all the way through. If we start at the calf level, if you take a 5.5 weight steer calf last year that averaged 310, we think the odds are this year that could be a 330 or even a 340 average, so obviously about 10% increase. You take a 7.5 weight feeder steer, last year averaged about 246. We think that could be closer to 270. And you take that to the fed level that last year averaged 187. Right now we would suggest that could be as much as 198. And obviously a big part of this is being driven by record beef demand. We would have the carcass cutout value last year, the composite, averaged about 3. We think it could be closer to 320. And obviously our consumer has blessed us with more dollars being spent. We would have retail prices all fresh going from 8 to 825 this year as we go forward.
So strong demand, but we're still looking at some of the tightest inventory in 65 years?
We are if we want to look at a head count, but when we look at production because of record heavy carcass weights, last year's a good example. We harvested 1 million less cattle totally. It was all on non-fed cows, but nonetheless because of higher carcass weights, we had more beef production last year in 24 than 23. This year we think beef production will be down about 2%, driven by tighter harvest levels of both fed and non-fed.
Are producers making a profit right now?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of profitability in every segment of the business. Obviously, the cow-calf producer going forward will be in the driver's seat as we have less bodies going through the system. But on the other side of the coin, we've got to need a little better weather conditions before we see more expansion.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Kevin Good with CattleFax. We'll have more Ag Day coming up.
Watch Markets Now with Michelle Rook on the Farm Journal YouTube channel, keeping you updated throughout the day on the markets at the open, midday, and close. Find out what moved the markets today and what to expect the market to do next.